ATV Wild Ride 3D is the newest 3DS eShop title to come out of the game developer Renegade Kid, the developer behind games like Mutant Mudds and Planet Crashers on the Nintendo 3DS eShop. ATV Wild Ride 3D is a 3D remastered version of the original ATV Wild Ride for the Nintendo DS. ATV Wild Ride 3D is exactly what it sounds like, a racing game with ATVs in 3D. Not that hard to understand. Races support up to 4 players, and throughout each track there are different ramps set up for you to pretty much perform tricks to earn nitrous. As you would guess, nitrous is used to boost your way along the track and beat all the other racers. Racers can perform a variety of different tricks, small tricks, medium tricks, and long tricks, each being performed with a combination of the circle/D-pad and the L and R buttons. Small tricks will earn you half a bar of nitrous, medium tricks will earn you a full bar, and long tricks will earn you 2 full bars. So pretty much the higher or the longer your trick is, the more nitrous you earn and points you earn. The single player mode in ATV Wild Ride 3D consists of a variety of different game modes. World Tour is pretty much the story mode in this game where you can unlock new racers, tracks, and even ATVs. There's a total of 6 world tours that get increasingly difficult and earn you different things throughout the game. Each world tour consists of 4 tracks and it varies on different racing modes like a regular race, a race that depends on the amount of points you get for freestyling, and an elimination race where the last person on each lap gets eliminated throughout the entire race, leaving the last one standing. The world tours get increasingly difficult, especially after the 3rd one, but they're not that hard to beat, and you could easily beat the entire world tour section of this game in a day's time. Aside from the world tour, there's also a quick race mode where you can pretty much just jump into a custom quick race with your own custom settings. There's also a time trials mode where you could pretty much just go against your best time and try to beat it. There's a total of 12 racers, 12 ATVs, and 6 levels or tracks with 6 variations for a total of 24 different off-road tracks. All of them can be unlocked by the World Tour section of the game. Being that the World Tour section is only about a day's worth of gameplay and that you can unlock pretty much everything in the game throughout this mode, you'd think you'd get bored with this game, and you're probably right. However, Renegade Kid has implemented a new feature that not a lot of eShop games are doing, and that's implementing an online multiplayer mode. Racers will be able to race against their 3DS registered friends that are registered through the Nintendo 3DS system online who also own ATV Wild Ride 3D. If none of your friends happen to own the game, you could pretty much just go jump into a random race and join a lobby and race against anyone else that's playing the game online. Throughout my time testing the online multiplayer, I found that it was pretty fast and no lag at all. Jumping into a match was pretty fast when there was a lobby, as there's not many people that actually have the game right now since only press has it, but when I did have races, they loaded really fast and there really wasn't any lag at all during the race. There's even an online ranking system where you can keep your score up on the leaderboard against everyone else who's racing online. That's pretty cool. The visuals or graphics of ATV Wild Ride 3D are a bit muddy at times. They're not the best looking graphics on the 3DS system, but they're also not terrible. They're okay. And that's pretty much it. Where ATV 3D really does shine with graphics is in 3D effects. The game looks great in 3D, and it looks very nice in a racing type style, just like Mario Kart 7. Switching over to music, the game consists of a variety of different punk rock tracks, a lot of which I'm a fan of. It kind of reminds me of Tony Hawk Pro Skater on the Nintendo 64, and it pretty much is a similar selection of songs or type of genre songs, and I like it. Personally, I think it kind of fits this type of racing game, and if you happen to not be a fan of the music, you could simply just turn it off or mute your 3DS system. Overall, ATV Wild Ride 3D is a fun experience, but a short one at that. Unless you're a huge fan of the multiplayer and have friends playing it, you might not enjoy the game, or you might get bored with it in only a day's time. It's short, sweet, and it's fun while it lasts. You won't be picking up ATV Wild Ride 3D for the single player, instead you'll be getting it for the multiplayer. Racing with friends and anyone else online is a fun experience. However, we don't know how well this game is going to be supported at launch or just throughout its lifetime. I can tell you right now that having the game during this time where it's only limited to the press is pretty boring unless you have others to play with, and that's that you have to set up a match with friends via Twitter. If the game isn't supported that well, the multiplayer just won't live on. It'll be a boring experience after you beat the single player mode. But with that said, you can't really determine game scores with the what if questions. So with that said, the game title is still fun to play and the multiplayer is fun and enjoyable, and that's where this game shines. For all these reasons and more, we give ATV Wild Ride 3D a 7.5 out of 10. For more things related to ATV Wild Ride 3D and everything Nintendo 3DS, keep it locked here on our YouTube channel, subscribe if you haven't yet, and visit our website at gamingvlog.net.